Hello everyone, today we will do this task. We will perform some exploratory data analysis on dataset global terrorism, and we'll find out the hot zone of terrorism, and we'll try to derive all security issues that we can derive by this exploratory data analysis. First of all, we import the necessary libraries: Numpy, Pandas, myplotlib.pyplot, Pandas profiling, plotly.express, plotly.figure.factory, and plotly.graph objects. Those last three libraries are dedicated to plot. Are dedicated to plot some interactive and attractive plots in the same time. I mean, interactive and interactive. So here we have the first step for every data science project: pt.read CSV global terrorism action trial CSV, and here we show the first 5 rows by 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you can see here, we have some enormous dataset. Yeah, this dataset is enormous. It has 135 columns and 181,000 rows. So let's begin by dropping some non-values. But this is not gonna be good for us or to understand our data. We have first to analyze every column and at least say why is it there, and what's its objective and goal. For instance, here if we count on this data set, will not find summary and the location description, and we'll lost a lot of information by the way. So here we're gonna find the hot zone of terrorism. In general, the hot zone of terrorism between 1970 and 2017 is Iraq, followed by Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, Colombia, El Salvador, Turkey, etc. But we are only interested in Iraq because it is the hot zone. But this is in general. Let's see if it's in particular or or which period of time exactly that the Iraq has taken the lead. To that, we'll use some kind of maps. Yeah, like here. I told you, Plotly is cool. Yeah, Plotly is cool. Here we can see this map. Here, for instance, in the 5 years between 1970 and 1988, minus or plus some 2 years or less or more. We can see that the whole zone were in south and central of America, and by less or by lowest rate in Europe. So here, if we just move, for instance, to the 1st of 1980, yeah, as you can see here, and here we have Kingham, London, and especially in London and United Kingdom, and here we have especially in the Salvador, Colombia, Nicaragua, etc. So here we can see that after 91 or 92, the map of of terrorism has been spread, has been spreading just to get to the Middle East, and the north of Africa, here like in Algeria, Morocco, Rabat, Miliana, etc. So, but if we just do some forward action or some forward path here, here we can see that the terrorism has become more and more important in the Middle East and the north of Africa than Europe. So let's analyze our data. Here we have just another map where we can zoom in just to get to the street levels, to the house levels, etc. And here we have global attacks rate by years, and as we can see here, we have some negative rate here, positive here, and then negative, and finally we have positive and some maximum rate which was in 2014. So we're gonna classify our data into four classes. The first one is here from the beginning until 1988, and the second is from 1989 to 1993. The fourth is from 1994 just to 1990 or to 2007, and the last is from 2008 until 2017. So let's just begin or start by the first class, or before doing that, let's just do some classifying. Let's classify our data and by the weapons time, as we can see here. Here we have this generated data set, and here we have the most attack types. Just one second. Yeah, here we have the bomb and explosives, followed by the armed assault, then assassination, hostage taken, then hijacking or something like that. Anyway, here we could say, or we could see that the majority of attacks are concentrated in Iraq, Pakistan, India, Afghanistan, Colombia, Peru, and Central and South America in general, and the Middle East. So here we have some here we have the first class, and as we can see here, those Cheyenne Path, Liberation Front, Irish Republican Army, etc., are the most are the more important groups that have done attacks, or the highest rate of attacks between 1970 and 1988, for instance, and we can see, or we can observe that the majority of them are some kind of liberation front or resistance movement, or has some patriot and independence and some independence tendencies, etc. So here we can see the target types that attacked by those terrorists. Here we have business, citizens and property, military, government, police, etc. So And here you see the word cloud of terrorist attack location descriptions. We can see buildings, street, incident, outside, west parking, a lot. So it's like some gangster wars. Yeah, and that's exactly the style of the fronts and liberation movement or groups like the Irish Army, Republican Irish Army, and the Shining Path in Peru. So here is the word cloud of terrorist attacks summaries, uh, and the majority are concentrated in this level in the United States exactly because of this crisis. Because if we search in history, we can see that in the late of 1917, uh, the Central American crisis has begun. This Central American crisis is are, 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 or is in general a group or some civil wars and communist revolutions erupted in various countries in Central America like El Salvador, etc., causing it to become the world's most volatile region in terms of socioeconomic change. In particular, the United States feared that victory by communist forces would cause South America to become isolated from its authority. So so they uh, so they pay they pay some anti-groups, and this is why civil wars has begun in that region. So we can now understand clearly why this region has known a lot of attacks in this period exact by those exact groups. So the second period, and here just some plots that proves what I've just said. The most victims are from El Salvador, Colombia, Philippines, India, Spain, Uganda, Pakistan, etc. So, and especially here Colombia and El Salvador and Philippines. So here we have the second class, and almost like the first one, the majority of groups have have a tendencies have tendencies to liberation movements and resistance movements. Like here we have Irish Republican Army, Shining Path in Peru, Marti National Liberation Front, and here we are Tigers of Tamil in Sri Lanka, etc. So and as well here we can see that there is some kind of some kind of likelihood between this sunburst plot and this one, the sunburst and the same plot of the first class. Here we have the business, police, military, military utilities, and civilian and private citizens and property. So here we have some kind of word cloud that is similar to the first one: station, window, fire, village, north, building, street, nation, national, army, farm, etc. So this was like wars and liberation and occupation wars, uh, uh, than some terrorist attacks. So, and here we have same thing: member, United States, damage, incident, abortion, Sri Lanka, and with the Tamil tiger and etc. This United California, United etc. California United is a movement of liberation and independence of California. And here same order. Same order. Here we have Peru and India, Turkey with the PKK or the Kurdistan Worker Party, which has also some tendencies or some tendencies to independence, etc. So here we have the third class, and we're going to see some based on some groups that are based on ideology or religion. For instance, here we have Taliban, Islamic State of Iraq. Here we have Boko Haram, Shabab. Here we have the Mosists, etc., etc., etc. So the terrorism becomes more and more religious and ideological. So it passed the level of nation and independence to the level of ideology and religion. So same here, we can see that the attacks on civilians and on private citizens and property has augmented, and here we have the word cloud private of this district incident took place, etc. And here we have claimant responsibility, group claimant. So we became to hear and see this kind of words: claimant, group claimant, responsibility of some process, etc., or of some operation. Iraq here, Iraq city, Baghdad police station, Al Anbar, etc. Kirkuk, Iraq. ISIL, Islamic State in Iraq and Lebanon. And here we have the result of victims that are in the majority Iraqi or Afghanistan, or from Afghanistan or Nigeria, Pakistan, Syria, etc. So and here for the fourth class we have almost the same thing. Here Taliban, the ISIL, the CPI, Moses, Kurdistan Workers Party, PKK in Turkey, etc. So here we have the same pattern, an augmentation in the level of the private of the attacks on private citizens and the property. So and here we have the word cloud, that is nearly the same as the third one. Here we have claim, responsibility, injured, explosive device, people, army, incident, claimant, day, assailant, true, building, attack, killed, etc. So and here we have the same pattern: Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, etc. So thank you for watching, and to sum up, we have to say that the reasons of terrorism are poverty, absence of democracy, extremism or extremists in every ideology or religion, and politics. So see you in the next task, inshallah, and thank you. Goodbye.